That's correct. Right, so what we're going to work, right? We're going to work secondary tools. So primary weapons are our main toolbox. Secondary tools include gouging, biting, ripping, tearing, lots of other things, including kicking, mainly low-line kicking. So you don't need to be a pro fighter or a martial athlete with lots of flexibility to functionally use your feet. And the reason that we don't use them in the main is because when adrenaline floods your body, it makes your extremities shake. So it can be, for some, debilitating and difficult enough to stay on two legs, let alone balance on one while you're trying to kick with your foot. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Nonetheless, if you're in an environment where you're compressed against something, you're holding on in some way, or you are confined, low line targeting will be very efficient. Right? So first of all, classic boot in the bollocks. Boot in the balls, right? Kicking the stones. So footwear dependent, right? Ideally you want sturdy ankle support, lace ups with a decent toe. Not steel toe cap necessarily, but something sturdy, right? If you have such footwear, then the kick of choice is what's called the spike kick. And it's called the spike kick because you're using the toe of the boot like the tip of a spike. It's also called a point kick, and its influence comes from old Sabat Défense de la Rue, which was an old kicking method which used predominantly for self-defense before it becomes sport. Spike kick, kicking the box, right? That's not the only part of the foot that you can use, as I'll tell you, but nonetheless, kicking in the balls. Now, what we're looking at is simply like you are going to rear leg back, strong leg back is ideal, but what you're looking at is no tell. So I don't want any load up, and I don't want to look at the target. Both of these will give it away what I'm going to do, right? All I literally want to do is just follow, boom, straight up, boom, straight up and under, right?
Yep.
So I'm not going to lever, I'm not going to lift the knee to chamber, kick out, bring back and put down. I'm just going to sock kick the groin, kicking the foot. Right? Simple, gross motor. I'm using the point of the toe. First, the emotional software component. So how you should be thinking. When I pet this boat up between your legs, I want to cleave you in half. Right? Another analogy might be testicles, meet your fucking tonsils. Right? So that's the emotional software. The other part of the emotional software is misdirection, deception. So one of the best pieces of advice that a grandmother would give a granddaughter would be just kick him in the balls if it gives you a problem. But men are extremely guarded against getting kicked in the groin. You're guarded against getting kicked in the groin if you play fight with your missus. And you're guarded against getting kicked in the groin if you're having any sort of verbal confrontation with a woman. And you're just guarded against getting kicked in the bollocks by anyone because you hold this in high esteem. So the best way to kick the balls is via deception. So what we're talking about here is not inside of the fight where we're moving around and there's a dynamic. There's no fight yet, it's pre-fight. There's some dialogue. The range is you're just on the fringe, so you're not in hand range. And now maybe just through the conversation, I can gesture your attention up. So I can do something like this. If you saw on CCTV somebody going, right? Let me say, what do you think they were trying to communicate? And I would say something along the lines of, he's saying, what's up? Yeah, because that's what it looks like. So I'm taking my hands like an exclamation, shoulder shrug, and throw my hands up as I throw my head up. And I'll voice the words, man, what's up? What's the problem? What's up? If I say what's up, innately your intention is up, which means it's not fucking down, right? So when I kick this groin energy, because you've got a cup on, you're gonna pike, right? So the energy that you give me, if I go, man, what's up here? Boom, is that? And that gives me this, right? Gives me that. So in this case, you're using the principle of low, high, right? Now, when we want to train this shot, we want to train it on pads or some sort of tie pad structure. When we use the tie pad structure, ideally you want to cut as well, right? But you would put this between your thighs, pinch it with your thighs, and lift at fist length. Hands pronated down on the top, and you would keep your knees clear because the trajectory is coming straight up and under the sack.
Yeah.
And as the shot comes, you bleed the energy. You bleed the energy. That's the way in which you would feed it. Right? If you're not doing it like that and you're doing it with pads, it's very important when you feed a groin shot target, you keep the pads back the fucking groin, right? So I have a real peeve in seminars when people are doing this. You know, this is not a groin target, this is a midsection target. Yeah? So the best way to think about it is, for a geezer, right, where you comfortable with it, where you hang on a good day, summer's day, warm day, right, is your groin target. Yeah? Yeah. One pad here, one pad on the top. Right, so I'm given a platform trajectory, which again meets the criteria of the groin. Right?
Yep.
So we've talked about the physical, the emotional software. Cleave the cunt in two. Testicles meet your fucking tonsils. We also understand that people are guarded, so I don't want to telegraph. And in order to slow down your perception of what I'm doing, I'm going to mess with speed. So surprise, speed, and violence of action are elements that you can manipulate. So I can manipulate speed, of course, by being as fast and explosive as I can. But I can also manipulate speed by misdirecting your attention so it takes you more time to perceive what I'm doing. So I slow down your perception of speed. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And I'll do that via the distraction of, mate, what's up? Yeah, putting my hands up, confident in a congruent gesture of non-verbal body language with voice, tonality, and words, all conveying the message, mate, what's up? Right? Which will momentarily give you that split second boom to load up. Right? Another way in which you might implement a spike kick. So imagine that I was going to kick you with the left. The best kick in the world would be that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Problem is you fucking see that, right? Of course you would. So another way to use misdirection, very, very calmly and very, very slowly, regardless of what the motivation of the situation is. If I suddenly make a suggestion into the conversation that I'm going to give you my money, fuck it, I'll give you my wallet, right? And you'll pause. You'll pause to consider what I just said. Whilst you have paused to consider what I just said, you're not considering what you was about to do. Right? And it's bought me something. Right? So as an example, if I was here communicating with you and I went, you'd see that. Right? But if I was communicating with you and then I spoke to somebody over here as if I was talking behind your head, I mean, did you get that last com? Like this. As if I'm talking to a colleague, then I've just created that without you seeing it. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So in the same vein, I want to do this. How do I create that? First thing I'm going to do is, mate, give me my wallet, it's in my pocket. Right? So notice what I'm doing. I'm not going back, because then you can't see this side. You might think I'm reaching for something. I'm not doing it in any way fast. Right? This hand is coming out gently and tactile because you're scared me, don't want you near me. While I'm patting my pocket and going, mate, look, I'll give you my money, right? It's in my pocket, got my red. Boom! Then I throw the shot. Yeah. So misdirection will be part of the emotional software. Physical hardware, simple enough, right? I'm either going to use the point of my boot, footwear dependent, or I'm going to use the instep or ankle of my boot, which is approximately where the logo of your trainers is. Right? So instep stroke ankle. Or I'm going to use anywhere up the shin bone, which is sharp. Yeah? And if you are closer still, somewhat closer range, I'm going to use the kneecap. So anywhere from the point of the boot, instep, ankle, shin bone to the knee, left and right is the weapon. It's just dictated by the range, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you're in weightlifting, boom, and I throw this and you close on me, I still catch you with the shin. Let's say you come forward as I throw it. Now I still catch you with the shin. If you come forward as I throw it, I can forward into a knee. You see? Yeah. So any part of this structure, ideally off the rear strong side, will work. The generic target for the groin, for the spike kick, is the balls. That's what you're looking for, specifically the balls. So primary target for the groin, testicles. Generic target for the low line is anywhere from behind the belt, behind the belt, pubic bone, behind the pubic bone, bladder. If that's full of beer, you've got a fucking problem when I fragment your pubic bone and it lacerates your bladder, because that will empty the contents into your body. Not good for you, right? But pelvic bowl area is pubic bone, bladder. Testicles, collection of dangly objects in the trousers. Inside thigh structure, femoral. Yep. Outside thigh structure, peroneal, is the low line groin target. And the low line carries on 360 degrees around the knees, calves, ankles, so on. Right? Yep. Simple enough. First thing, work it on pads with a partner, right? So you're going to put these pads on, and you're going to feed this target like so, right? Try and keep your body upright as you can, right? Now, I'm going to start in a position where my feet are fore and aft, natural, relaxed, non-violent posture, hands together, or using some sort of de-escalation posture. My chin is down, my shoulders are somewhat up, right? Understand, if I get you clean in the balls, your head is coming forward. So I don't want my hands down in case I eat a headbutt. It's not a big deal. Right? But literally, all I want to do from here is bring the back foot straight up. Right? So you want to bleed it off. So you that's it. And what you're looking for, keep eye contact with me, right? So imagine I'm you. Yep. You're looking to make sure I don't target clients. Right? So initially you can. You're going to do 3 reps and get feel. You go point the toe. Strong. Ankle bone. Yeah. A little bit lower than you, because then my boot don't reach you. Okay? Yeah. Right. So again, point the toe, boom, or instep. Right? Yep. Or shin bone. Sorry, stand square. Shin bone. Yeah? Yep. Either one of those is going to meet the target. Right? Yep. That's the physical hardware part. You can look at the target first. Then I want you to make eye contact and keep eye contact whilst you throw the shot. Throw the shot. Outside, right? Yep. And what you're looking to iron out is any tearing. Yeah? Yep. And then you have the deception. Right? So you might go, mate, what's up? And notice I'm leaving a split second for the information to convey and transfer before I throw the shot. Yep. So I go, mate, what's up? Because there's no time. Right? Then mate, what's up? Boom! Got it? Yep. That's what we're doing. Yep. Don't look at the groin and target glance, and don't chamber in any deliberate way to give it away. Just don't fucking do it. Yep. Right? Right, keep your hands available. What we're going to do is straight up, use the top. If you've got soft trainers, use the top part of your boot. Ready? Yep. Go. Nice. And go one more. That's good. So what you're not doing is pulling back or chambering, right? Which is good. You're just throwing your foot from where it is. Now the rear side's good, but you can also use the lead. If you use the lead, you shuffle it up to use the lead. Yep. Right, you literally just pendulum step it in. Personally, off the rear is best. That's what we're going to stick with here, right? Yep. One way in which to get the foot into play really quick is to unweight your feet. Right, so if you were in a classic Wing Chun position and weight back, before you can throw this kick, you've got to transfer the weight and then lift. Yep. So that should tell you don't want that there, you want it here, right? But nonetheless, there's still a tiny little bit of transfer before I can lift this up. Yep. This is about 60-40. One way in which you can get that gone real quick is just like that. I'm literally just unweighting my foot. As I unweight my foot, I'll throw the shot. Okay? That can work really well. But for now, just keep eye contact, keep hands up, top of the boot into the pad. Ready? Yep. 1, the target. 2. Good. You can see it in your peripheral vision, right? 3. Boom. And again. 1. Good. 2. 3. Good. Compress your hands a bit more. Now I want you to use the deception. Right? So what we're going to do is literally go, mate, what's up? Just try that a couple times.
Mate, what's up?
That's it, perfect, right? And it's just literally from that, you're going to boom. Right?
Yep.
When you.
What's up, mate?
Good, that's it, perfect. Keep your hands up.
What's up?
Yes. Awesome. So this one. Good. Good.
What's up, mate?
Good. Perfect, right? Simple kick in the bollocks. Footwear dependent, the point of the toe works best. This is called the old spike kick. Now, the point kick can also be used, or spike kick, can also be used to the inside of the shin bone.
Yep.
Right? Fast shot into the ankle or inside of the shin bone. Now, understand that you're using the point of your shoe to a target no wider than the point of your shoe. So you could skip off. Right? So for attacking the shin, it's often preferred to use the foot in an oblique way. We use the whole boot, inside or outside edge, as we'll see another time, right? But the point kick, if it's accurate, I've used it loads of times, just toe punting in the shin, here, boom, before I slapped, just to take attention. Works really, really well from a low profile use of force, distraction for a low to high assault, right? Where it also works really well is to finish a fallen adversary. So the point of the kick, boom, toe punt with the point of the kick into the side of the temple will kill him. So influence for all low-line kicking comes from the World War II influence of the combatives training at the time that was available in the UK, England, Scotland, what was available in Canada in the training camps, and what was taught right across the board, including the US Marine Corps, for the Marines. And it was influenced by the fact that you had a heavy combat boot, right?
Yep.
Combat boot that you could kick fucking dinosaurs to death with, if they ever fucking existed, right? So the point of the boot hitting the temple of a fallen adversary at war, complex dictated content, right? There's no way I'm telling you to do that as a civilian unless it was a tier 1 civilian situation and it was a high threat specific situation where you and many people are going to die if you don't end this country. In which case, fucking use a weapon anyway, right? But nonetheless, toe punt in this way into the temple will kill a man. If he's on the side and you toe punt in the solar plexus, you will completely disrupt breathing, and it's as you would if you toe punt into the groin. If the person is the other way to you and you're facing your back, now there shouldn't be any circumstances as you as a good citizen where you are kicking someone in the back on the floor. If they are fetal and rolled away from you, they are no longer a threat. As soon as the threat is no longer ambulatory, it ceases to be a threat. That's when your use of force must cease. But historically, I'm giving you an example of where this boot kick was influenced, right? And if it was toe punted into the neck, shoulder blades, or anywhere else down the spine, there will be paralysis from point of impact down. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's important that you understand the medical implications of what we're doing, right? But that would be a toe punch shot in a hard boot. If you've got flip-flops, or bare feet on a beach, then you're using your instep or you're using your shin bone. And if it's closer, you're using your kneecap, right? Regardless of what response you get from the groin, you can kick somebody bang in the groin and they'll just stagger back and come forward. Don't rely on it, right? If you've got someone with big thighs, testicles like split lentils, you might not get a reaction at all, but you will get a pike. And as soon as you get a pike, hit the fucking head. So this is always aimed at following up. Does that make sense? Yeah. Now when you have the deceptive one, right? So put these on. So we've just gone out, what's up, man? And then kicked in the groin, taking the attention up before the stimulus goes low. Now I'm looking at the deception from the point of view that you're going to get paid. Right? Yeah. So you're kind of here doing that groin target. Yeah, that's it, right? So the motion that I want to employ is that, boom to that, right? Now personally I don't need to do that. I could just take a step and kick, can wait and kick from where I am. But let's say that there is some distance, right? I'm doing this first. That's what I'm doing. So I'm going, mate, just stay there. I'll give you my money. Look, it's in my pocket, right? Got my rent and all that, right? If I went, look, please, look, I'll just give you this. Here's one. Boom, and I'm done. Yeah?
Yep.
The reaction I'm going to get from there is bam. Yep. So that's where we're going first, yeah? So I'm here, mate, look, I'll give you my rent, right? Boom. And from there, I've done. The way you feed this, get rid of those. Pad like this, overhand grip on the handle at the top, let that run free, and put it between your legs.
Yep.
Just like that, right? Now, important that you're accurate because you kick your partner in the knee. There's a chance if you throw the shot, you telegraph slightly because you're nervous, the person will turn, yeah?
Yeah.
And you will kick him in the knee, right? Now, I've kicked people in the balls in training and broke their cup, and they fucking screamed for their mum. Conversely, I've kicked blokes in the balls in the street and they stayed back and come straight back at me, right? I've also kicked blokes in the balls where they're folded over and can't breathe. So I've had a good effect, but don't ever expect one shot to be what you need, right? So as an example then, if you kick me in the bollocks and I'm doubled over, the next target you've got is the back of my head, right? And you want to pound that with fucking hammer fists, forearms and elbows. Just switch off the computer. So the brain stem around this area here inside the middle of your head will be massively impacted by the G-force kinetic energy that's coming through your head if you're hit there, right? Particularly when your attention weren't anywhere near there because you're still thinking about your testicles, right? Yeah. So, first off, I want you to take that position, right? Yeah, and I want you to put one hand on your pocket as if you're showing me your wallet, and it's got to be frontal.
Yeah.
Don't do this. Look, give me my wallet. It'll be all over you. Mate, please, look, I'll give you my wallet, it's in my pocket. I'm tapping it, as I'm doing that, yeah? Play it, set it, and then take it off the fucking planet, right?
Yeah.
Right. So just throw the shot. For this one, use your instep and your shin if you can.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Good. And again. Good. One more. Good. Right, now use the conscious. See, do you feel you're hitting me in the leg?
Yeah.
Right, try and get your accuracy dead centre. Right. Now give me the way that we're going to do it, right? The way that we're going to do it. Yeah. Just going forward you out the video. Right, turn it that way. Right. I'm here, I'm going to go, mate, look, I'll give you my wallet. Right, I'm just pulling myself back like this. Please, look, I'll give you my money, right? Here, have it now. Right, that's what we do. I'll give you my wallet, mate, right? So now you want to give me energy, right?
Yeah.
So I have a thing with partners. If they don't give me the real energy, I make them lose the pad. And then I'll give them it proper. And then they get the real energy.
Yeah,
right, so think about that, yeah? So like if I've hit you, spike kicked you in the bollocks and folded you, remember the emotional content. The emotional software was, this shin bone is going to cleave you right up centre. So I watch you fucking split in two. That's the mindset, right? Of course that's not going to happen. But if my attention is focused on everything I can do to make that happen, the kick's going to be hard, right? In which case you're going to fold. When you fold is when I get the next time, right? So if I'm here and I just went, what's up? Or I'm here and, mate, look, I'll give you my money, boom, that, we follow that. And it's here, then, boom, I'm going to get this. The hairs walk through with my knee, right? So the way in which you want to feed it, you're going to go from a low target, boom, shot, drop to a knee, throw this on your back.
Yeah.
Hard shot. And then you just go two hammers, elbow, right? Show you. Yeah, I can use either method now. I'm like, mate, what's up? And I'll get this, right? So give me a faster transition than that. Again, so I'm here. What's up, mate? So, yeah.
Yep.
Or I'll go with the other, which is here, talking. Look, mate, I'm got anything, right? I'll give you my money. I've got my wallet. That's it. I'll give you that. Right, let's have a go. Pick whatever one you want.
Hold on, mate, I'm just going to get my wallet, alright?
Good. Yeah. So like keep your face almost like wide and docile.
Yeah.
Play that shit, right? For some people that's really hard to do because you just want to. But I can't tell you what a shocking switch it is, right? So if you've got somebody that's not, necessarily this isn't his profession. If he's a career criminal, he's done this many times before and know everything in terms of whether you're deceiving or not. That's why you need to be convincing.
Yeah.
But if you're someone that's just had the odd bit of luck here and there and ain't too sure, you'll be full of adrenaline, just as you will, because you don't want to get caught and you don't want to get hurt, right?
Yeah.
As soon as I show behaviour that says, I'll give you what you want, you almost instantly disarm their adrenaline. Oh, fuck for that. Well, it's going to be easier than I thought. If you get that, then when you do what you do with surprise, speed and violence of action, it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, keep that in mind. Ready? So either one.
Just gonna get my wallet, mate, alright?
Right.
Just hang on, hang on.
Last time. And
Look, what's that, mate?
right.
Yeah.
Simple kick in the bollocks, followed by highline assault finish. If the person doubles up, falls back, falls over, and there's separation and distance, turn and run. It's also a good stun and run tactic. We want to look at the closer range cousin of the ball kick, which is the knee.
Yeah.
Right? So it's exactly the same idea if I was to tie kick you in the thigh with my shin bone, hacking down at a 90 degree into the muscle to kill the function of the movement. This range I would use my foot. At this range I would use my kneecap.
Yeah.
It's the same, right? It's the same from the front. Here I would use my boot, but here I would use my knee. Okay?
Yeah.
So first up, I'll hold this as a groin target as a shown. Primary way in which we use the knees in UC is usually as a follow-up, which means I'm already attached. I've already got either a half neck clinch, full clinch, or a side clinch in this way attached to you. Now I can knee. You see?
Yep.
That's in the main the way we use it. So for a blitzkrieg example, if I hit you with a palm strike, grab you, hit you with an elbow and you cover, and now I'm grabbing and going knee low and snatching you to the floor. It would be the finish part. Yeah?
Yep.
But that's not to say you couldn't use the knee preemptively. You can. And the best way to use it preemptively is to walk with violence. Right? So Kelly McCann would call it walking violently. So walking into you would be walking. Yeah?
Yep.
Walking violently into you would be boom, I drive the knee in as I come in.
Yep.
So if there's no this and it's only you, right, as I walk in I can attach or not. I could just go boom, walk into you. Yeah?
Yep.
Or I could gain an attachment as I do it. Yeah?
Yep.
Walking violently requires different energy. So if I'm clinched, give me your hands as a target, just there, this is it, and I knee, boom, boom, I'm kneeing and I'm retracting, do you see?
Yeah.
This is broken energy. Right? If I knee and I walk with violence, this is fluid energy.
Yeah.
I go through with it and I linger on my target. Right?
Yeah.
So you're going to take that pad and hold it more frontal to your groin. Keep a little bit more upright. Just a bit more front. That's it, like that. Right.
Yeah.
All I'm going to work from here is just walking. Relax, come back. Yeah, neutral here. Right?
Yep.
With either leg. And I can also clinch as I do it. Yeah?
Yep. Where do you want me?
That end. That's all right. Just walk it. Again. Good. One. Good. This would be walking violently, right? Here's what I want to put together. So, keeping at that range where you are, yeah?
Yeah.
First thing I want to do is I want to go spike it, bounce, boom.
Yep.
So I'm going to bounce plyometrically off one to the other.
Yep.
So over here.
Yep.
Boom, back, push, drive. Yeah?
Yep.
Put slow first. Right. Kick, bounce, boom, knee. Good. It's so powerful. Right, ready?
Yeah. Full or just slow?
Yeah, do it there. And then boom. Yes. Try and get the bounce off. Sorry. Bounce.
Yep.
Got it? One. Yeah, last time. Opening with a bounce, get your hands up. Yes, good. That's what we want. Right?
Yep.
So you are bouncing plyometrically. Now, if you just take 2 pads, really it's a range drill, really, right? So I could go from here, walk, boom, and you take a step back, and then bounce off that, boom.
Yep.
Yeah? Or I could just go walk, step, boom, boom again, knee again.
Yep.
Or I can do what we just did, which is kick, bounce, drive.
Yep.
Either way, you are putting anywhere from the point of your boot up your shin bone to your knee, right in the stones. Right?
Yep.
Boot in the balls. Before we close on that boot in the balls, because men are guarded about getting kicked in the balls, then it's not often a good starter for 10 for a woman, let's say. Because you're looking, she'll faff and she'll fumble when you know what she's going to do. Right? So attacking him directly via deception, misdirection is one way. But another way is to go from a high sole to a low sole, which is very good for a woman anyway, right? So if you think of Charlie Nelson, who was one of the last living links to the old World War II combative type material taught in New York City for 50 years. He used to say, poke him in the eyes, kick him in the balls. That's what he was saying, right? And Dermot Pat O'Neill, who was an Irishman that during the World War II was heavily working with Fairbairn, who was considered the grandfather of this stuff, right? And he developed a whole method devised around multiple assailants, which was from any direction you could poke you in the eye, or any direction you could kick you in the balls. Again, eyes, balls. Poke him in the eyes, kick him in the balls. Poke him in the eyes, kick him in the balls, stamp on his head. Or poke him in the eyes, kick him in the balls, and you run like fuck. Right?
Yep.
So, simply with that, what you already know, just throwing this motion out, where I splay these fingers and I splay these fingers, and I put them both together, from here to that, yeah? As I shrug my shoulders, just in case something comes at me while I do it, and I'm going to throw this to the highlight, which is boof towards the eyes. Boof on that upside down triangle. Anywhere I hit there will create this, and possibly a step back, which opens the groin target for the low shot. Hence, eyes, balls. Got it? Right, good.